One time my mom had cantaloupe on my plate, and no way I wanted to eat that. So I sat there until 11 o'clock on a school night, and keep in mind I'm 9 years old, so it's kind of late for me. And my mom picked up the plate and said, "Fine, guess what's going to happen? We're going to throw it in the fridge and guess that's what's for breakfast." So I was kind of sad because I didn't want that for breakfast. Let's fast forward to 7th grade for me, middle school. It was not a fun time for me. No one liked me. I was an outcast and had 0 friends. Well, that's kind of a lie, though, because I did have one best friend, and that was my mom. After those long days at school of getting made fun of and just being an outcast, I could go home and tell my mom how bad of a day I had had. She would talk to me about how life will go on, and told me every day things will get better. And I didn't believe her at the time, but she was right. She would even take me to Cold Stone to get my mind off things, and I love Cold Stone. I was the god of habit, brownie, amazing. And she just knew how to make me happy. I'd like to apologize ahead of time because now I'm going to bring up all the surgeries I've had. And as some of you may not know, I've had 12 in my life already, so yeah, it's been kind of a long deal. But the ones I actually remember were more recent and not a fun time for anyone in the family. Most of you here know about Francisco Mendez. I don't always make a joke about it. It's because I'm used to it now. But when you're only 11 years old and you're told you may end up losing a body part, that'll mess with you no matter how tough you are. It happened in gym class in 7th grade, for those of you who do not know. And as I said, no one liked me in middle school. And we were picking up after playing dodgeball when I heard the sound of the dodgeball coming straight at my face. So my reaction is to lift my hand and block it in my face. I now regret that decision because I didn't know something so stupid would make me lose a body part. And then it hit me, shattered my knuckle into pieces, and yeah, everyone laughed at me. I bet it was hilarious for them, but not so much for me. So went to the nurse's office crying like a little 2-year-old, and the nurse says, "Oh, it's just a jammed finger, you'll be fine." So my mom came and picked me up from school, and she knew that wasn't just a jammed finger, because she's not stupid, she's a nurse. So then she took me to the doctor's office, and they said it was just a jammed finger as well. So, like I said, my mom isn't stupid. She took me to the ER, and they finally took x-rays, and there was a shattered knuckle. And I had 6 surgeries to try and repair the dang finger, but none helped. My finger started turning black one night and getting no blood flow to it, so I got rushed into emergency surgery to remove that finger because if I had not, then they would have spread to my hand and I would have had to have that amputated. I remember right before that surgery, when I had my finger amputated, I thought to myself, about to lose part of my body. I was scared, but then the next thing I remember is waking up with a huge feeling of relief. That finger was nothing but pain to me, and now it was off, and I felt great. First thing I do after my surgery, even after my most recent one, which was this last year, I always wake up like a little baby, crying for my mom, like, "Where's my mom? Mom, where are you? Where are you at?" And she's always right there next to me after every surgery, comforting me. We hoped the surgeries were over, but we were wrong. One night during the end of my sophomore year, I was downstairs in my room, and I slowly started getting this worst pain I've ever felt in my life. I started feeling a ton of pressure in my stomach, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. There was no break from it, just sheer pain. I was crawling around, and that's how bad it was, and I started crawling up the stairs and told my parents something was wrong with me, and I explained how I felt. My dad thought it could have just been gas, and it'll go away, and it did not go away, and I had them take me to the hospital that night. That night, the doctors thought it could be my appendix, so they gave me a scan, and they didn't see anything, so they gave me 5 Next thing they did was rush me to the emergency room for that, and once I woke up, there my mom was again right next to me. That to this day was the worst pain I've ever felt. I really just wanted to die and get rid of the pain. Alright, I have one more surgery story, so bear with me. Last year during football season, I broke my hand and had to get 3 screws put in it. Can't really see the scar, but it's there. And my mom was there right after that surgery too, and I remember her crying, just being angry, not at me, but as she had to watch her kid be in all this pain all the time during all these surgeries. She wanted to take all the pain and be in my shoes instead. She hated seeing me in this condition. Then about 8 months ago, I started to get really sick. I had a horrible fever, was really sore, throat was really bad, and I think it'd just be easier for me to tell you what was not hurting at the time. My mom was really worried about me, and one morning I woke up and couldn't breathe well at all. My airway started to close up, and I was rushed to the hospital, and they almost had to drill a hole in my neck to get air into me, but the antibiotics they gave me through the IV opened my airway back up. This was another time I really wanted to fall asleep and never wake up because I was in real bad shape, really bad shape. I couldn't really move and couldn't breathe much. Every night at the hospital when I started falling asleep, the stupid monitor kept waking me up, and it was watching my breathing, but every time I started falling asleep, it kept beeping, beeping, beeping because I just started to slowly stop breathing. So I got real upset and just wanted to sleep, and I was really mad. My mom was in the room with me because she had to stay the night every night. And she said, turn on the TV and I'll go get you a snack. Cheez-Its. And I got really into Cheez-Its after that for some reason. I love Cheez-Its now. She's just always putting me in a better mood when I'm down at the worst time. So we found out that I had a severe case of mono and tonsillitis on top of a bad sinus infection, so I got the triple whammy, and I swear this one almost killed me. No one who realizes how precious air can be to the human body felt slowly being taken away from me. After a week, I'm finally getting to feeling better, and I'm finally going home. That was the last serious visit to the hospital I had, and I really hope it's the last because I swear the doctors here in Colorado know me way too much. Through all these tough times, my mom had the strength to keep a smile on my face and hers, even though I knew each time the doctor started to take me away to surgery. After I kissed my mom goodbye, she was breaking down, crying, even for the most minor surgery, things can go wrong, so I can only imagine how my mom felt about all the ones that I had. My mom has also been supporting my love for football since I was 8 years old. She's always out there in the crowd cheering me on, giving me the equipment each year that I need just to support me, and we're going to take state this year. I know this speech was long, but it doesn't even scratch the surface of why my mom is such a strong lady. She goes about her day every day and doesn't hear this enough. But you made me the man I am today, and when you're an old lady in that hospital bed laying there in pain, I'm going to be right next to that bed helping you through the pain because you have done the same for me. You will forever be my mother goose. I love you, Mom.